Hello, Fabi. How come you didn't win an American Cup?
I couldn't. Crystal Ball predicted that Naka would win.
Oh, I see. And what are your next plans now?
I need to find that YouTube guy and crush that ball.
Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you a game between Fabiano Caruana and Levon Aronian, which was played in American Cup 2023. It was a very interesting game, and let's quickly jump into the game. Fabi was white and started with c4, knight f6. The English opening, of course, starts with c4, knight to c3, e6, and move e4. This is so-called McKenna's-Carl's variation, and black responds with d5, and here in this position Caruana took the pawn, c takes d5. Also playable here is to play is e5, d4, take the knight, dc3, bc3, and queen to f6. But Caruana opted for another variation, takes e5, knight e4, and knight to f3 was played. Let's see here if we take this knight on e4, then black takes, queen a4, knight c6, queen to e4, and bishop to e6, and actually in this position black is better. So Caruana opted for knight to f3, bishop to f5, bishop e2, d4, take the knight, bishop takes, and this position Caruana played the d3. Little bit better was to play bishop to c4, bishop d5, and only now d3. Takes. But let's return to the game. d3, bishop to d5, castle, knight to c6, bishop f4. We nicely developed this bishop and also protecting this e5 pawn, or rather say overprotecting. h6, bishop g3, g5, and now Caruana made a little inaccuracy by playing queen to a4. Better was to play knight d2 and bishop to g7, but he went for this queen to a4, bishop to g7, knight takes, d4, and now fun begins. And of course black responded with bishop takes g2, and now of course if we take here, then queen will capture the knight on d4. But Caruana found very beautiful move in this position, knight to e6. So attacking a queen and a bishop here. Let's say if in this position we play this move, b5, then this is actually very bad for black. Check on g7, king f8, queen to a6, attacking this knight, and bishop after bishop to d5 we can return with our knight here. Also, as you can see in this position also bishop was hanging and the knight. So the best way was to take here, bishop f1, and after knight here we can play queen to f6, and this knight on g7 is protected. So Aronian found nice response, first taking here, but now again very beautiful move by Caruana by playing bishop to h5 check. And why this check? Because if we first take this bishop here on g2, then h4 would be played and we don't have any more this check, and king will be quite safe. But after this check, as you will see in the game, king had problems from now on. It's interesting, there are two options here. either to go to e7 or d7, and Aronian choose the best square, going to e7, because on d7, let's say he's putting himself in this pin, but in this case he's putting himself out of the pin. Queen to a3 check, king d7. Now we take this bishop on g2, and now the best move in this position would be to play queen to e7 and just to exchange the queens, and black has, let's say, a better pawn structure. But instead this move, Aronian blundered with bishop takes e5. And now Caruana responded very good. First he took the bishop on e5, knight takes e5, and now very good move, d4, exclamation. Knight c6, another very good move, d5. We take the pawn, but now as you can see this diagonal is open, and white will get many checks for black's king. Bishop g4 check, king e8, queen to f3, rook f8. Now we check with rook a to e1 check, knight e7, black has to cover. Again check. This king is really poor, he's trying to run away, but another check, knight here, and now very good move by Caruana, of course, putting more pressure on this poor knight with the rook here. Let's see if this move would work. Not that much, because queen to f6, and now we are unable to play rook to e5. So rook to e5 was a very important move to make first. c6. Now we take the knight, and we are a piece up, as you can see. Rook to e1, queen d6. Here another great move by Caruana was not taking the rook here on f8, but rather played bishop to f4, which is the best computer move, the best move according to computer. Rook a to d8, rook e6, we attack a queen, queen moves away. Also, even with a full piece down, Aronian defended quite good. a5, we take the pawn on g5, queen c2, rook f3, king a7, queen e5, queen a4, rook g6, and queen to e4. Here there was very beautiful line. If we take here on a2, rook c6, sacrificing the whole rook, and if we take queen to c7, king a8, queen c6 check, king a7, and rook to f6, and there are no way to prevent this check and c7 threats. So let's return to the game. Aronian played queen to e4, queen takes, rook f5, rook d2, rook e6, a4, takes, b5, and now white's job is quite simple. We either have to promote this or this pawn and exchange as many pieces as we can. Takes. So one rook was exchanged, h4, king b6, rook to f3, c5, h5. We are trying to promote this h-pawn, king a5, h6, rook h8, rook to h3, and after this move, Aronian resigned. I will show you how game could continue. There's very nice line in which white can even draw if he's not precise. h7, a3, let's say like this, and a2. But let's say if instead of these two a2, we can play c4, rook h4, a2, check, king here, rook to c6, we make a queen, and now we exchange a rook for a queen, of course. And here, if we are not too careful, if we are going to pick that rook on h8 like this, king g7 would be horrible mistake, because now black can take this pawn with check, and after we take with the bishop, this is actually a draw. So even in a winning position, we have to be very precise. But of course, this wouldn't happen on Super Grandmaster level, just on our normal chess level. We have to be precise every time we play a chess game and every time we have an advantage. So this was again nice game by Caruana. I'm very happy that he won, only that he didn't win the American Cup. I was a little sad. And guys, thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.